These best friends became enemies in 10 seconds or less. Am I the a-hole for dropping out of my best friend's bridal party after she picked my ex as her man of honor?
Oh, hell no!
This was posted in the Charlotte Dobre YouTube subreddit. So, my female 36 best friend, female 39, is getting married, and I was all in as one of her bridesmaids. We've known each other since college, shared heartbreaks, dorm rooms, and hangovers. She knows everything about my breakup with my ex. He was emotionally manipulative, cheated on me, and caused a lot of fallout so big I had to rebuild myself from the ground up. She was there for all of it, and at the time called him quote unquote
literal garbage in a human costume.
Okay. Flash forward to last month. She tells me she's choosing him as her man of honor because they reconnected and she thinks he's grown. I laughed because I thought she was joking. She wasn't. I hate it. I tried to keep it together, but told her I couldn't be in the bridal party if he was involved in such a major way. She said I was being dramatic, that her wedding isn't about me, and that she values his support too. So I dropped out. I still plan to go as a guest, but now she's furious. She says I'm ruining her special moment over old wounds and making her choose sides. I mean, like, it's one thing to like still be connected to someone who hurt your friend. And this isn't just like a subjective thing. Like, he objectively hurt OP. It's one thing to like be cordial and like kind around them, which is what honestly I expect as a friend. Like, if I have a falling out, I don't ever want to be put in a position where my friends are like bullying other people on my behalf. Like, I never want that. Me personally, I still want people to be cordial, but man of honor.
Brother,
Yeah. I feel blindsided and betrayed. If the roles were reversed, I would never put her in a situation where she'd have to play nice with someone who crushed her heart. So, am I the a-hole for stepping back instead of standing by her side while my ex stands at hers? I fail to understand why he has earned the role of
Man of honor.
okay, they reconnected. Okay, they kind of worked things out, talked, they're friends now. Why is he her bestie? Like, not only bestie, she's literally putting your ex above you. No. To some extent, I do agree with the whole, yeah, it's like the bride's wedding and she kind of gets to choose. But this is why I absolutely, personally, don't like the like ranking of the friends, because what the bride in this story is doing is ranking her supposed best friend's ex above her best friend.
I have a lot of questions. Number one, how dare you?
I feel like in that case, somebody's bound to get pissed off. If you're willing to take that kind of risk, then you need to be okay with the fallout. I've come to realize that like you can have falling outs with people. It doesn't necessarily mean that people will be loyal. Just because I feel like if my friend has a falling out, that I have literally no purpose, like speaking to the person that she has had a falling out with. Like, I'm not gonna be friends with that person. But then it's always awkward when they reconnect with that person and it's like, it's awkward, but I've just come to realize that people do whatever they want. Okay, so we do have an update. So she went to the wedding as a guest and it was complicated. I kept my distance during the ceremony. Seeing my ex stand beside my best friend, the same person who once helped me pick up the pieces after he shattered me, felt surreal. He gave a speech. It was polished, charming, and full of inside jokes from their reconnection. I feel like I was watching a version of reality I didn't belong to anymore. After the ceremony, I tried to be cordial. I smiled, chatted with other guests, and avoided the bridal party, but my best friend cornered me during the reception. She said she missed me and that she'd wished I'd just let it go for her sake. I don't know, man.
What about my feelings? Don't my feelings count for anything?
I told her I was happy for her, but I couldn't pretend everything was fine. I reminded her that healing isn't linear and that asking me to stand beside someone who emotionally wrecked me wasn't just inconsiderate, it was cruel. She cried, I cried, we hugged, but it didn't feel like a resolution. It felt like goodbye. Yeah, she totally picked him over you. I left early. I didn't stay for the cake or the dancing. I walked into the night feeling both lighter and lonelier. We haven't spoken. This was a couple of weeks ago. I've been in situations where like I've been like sobbing, like crying over a guy that was so awful to me. Like Almost as awful as you can picture in your head. I'm gonna telepathically let you know what this person did to me. And to still see, you know, like my friends hanging out with them and like some of them even dating the guy. You know, these situations where it's like,
Wow, like, interesting.
Am I a joke to you?
coming from someone who has falling outs with people, I have come to realize that it's not your friend's obligation to like treat that person like, because you had a falling out, you can be cordial. But to me, being friends with that person, it stings and it does make me want to pull back. So I totally respect how you feel. No, you're not the a-hole. Holy cow, why should you feel bad about not standing by her side when it's so obvious she doesn't stand by you? She made her choice, and if she really felt any concern for you at all, she would have asked you before asking your ex to be man of honor. This is the other thing too, right? She knows exactly what this person did to you. She knows that you would probably be uncomfortable. She didn't ask you, she just did it. She was trying to stir the drama and she got what she wanted. Protect yourself from her. She's nasty. OP responds, thank you. Not the a-hole. It was goodbye. She chose someone else over you, someone who destroyed you. There's no coming back from that. I speak from experience. I fail to understand why she likes this guy so much.
He's a manipulative dick.
What possibly could have happened to make her choose him over her best friend and rank him higher? Like, how long have they been friends? We've known each other since college, literally like close to 20 years. That's crazy to me. Okay, so some people are speculating that like maybe the bride and like the man of honor are like having an affair. I mean, oh my goodness. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if a few years down the line they have an affair and he treats her really horribly. And guess who she's gonna come to talk to? You, bestie. I don't think you're the a-hole. I think you were quite nice in the situation. It's not like you chose not to go to the wedding. This person fully chose the ex over you. That's gotta hurt. You're totally valid for feeling the way you feel. You are not the a-hole. Am I overreacting? My best friend of 13 years is getting married and didn't invite me. So me, female 20, my sister, female 19, and Dylan, male 20, have been best friends for 13 years. I'd say we've been through just about everything together. School, family drama, breakups.
The lot.
Dylan's been dating Kayla, female 21, for about 2 years now. We've all met and we've gotten along great. There's never been any bad blood or drama between us. They also have a baby and Kayla's currently pregnant again. At some point, Kayla and Dylan had a major falling out, actually devastating to their relationship. Kayla cried on the phone to us over it for about 2 days or so and was planning on moving back home with her own family. Dylan was not home any of these times because he was staying with a friend and getting drunk.
Stop it. Get some help.
On the third day, Dylan asked us to come out with him and we agreed. We met him at a pub, which we waited outside for him to finally stumble out, piss drunk, for about an hour. We all hung out at the local park just across the street and tried comforting him through what he said was the worst night of his life. We offered some advice and encouraged him to go home, stop drinking, like this, and go work it out with Kayla because whatever they're arguing over isn't worth it, and certainly is not worth splitting their baby's parents up over. And it's not right that his girl's at home alone with their baby, bawling her heart out, and he's out here getting drunk and leaving her to it all. He cried for a bit, we hugged it out, and he finally agreed to go home and work on things with her. This is one example of the multiple times they've come to us and we've had to sort their problems out, pick them back up, and get them back on their feet. Moving on, Dylan and Kayla announced sometime last month that they were getting married. It was at a little family get-together thing we did for my sister's birthday. We told them that was great and we asked if we were invited. The initial answer was yes from Dylan, whereas Kayla said maybe, but Dylan reiterated his yes, of course. Well, today we found out through a Facebook post that they're getting married next month and we are suddenly not invited. To be quite frank, I really genuinely feel like these people would not even be together if it weren't for you. We messaged him about it, respectfully of course, but he's at work and hasn't responded. I don't want to immediately pin this on his fiance. It's the fiance for sure. But I know there tends to be a lot of comments of those types on these kinds of posts. I mean, yeah, that's for a reason. So am I overreacting for not being invited to this wedding, or am I valid in being upset? No, you are 100% valid for being upset. 100%. Again, it doesn't really seem like these people would be together if it weren't for you. You're not overreacting at all. You have every right to be upset. This is definitely a slap in the face. Edit to clarify, I'm a lesbian. I've been with my girlfriend for 5 years. My sister has been with her own boyfriend for 2 years. Also, Dylan gets really put out if we don't invite him to plans of our own, which is kind of making me think this is definitely shady. Top comment, it doesn't matter, this marriage won't last, you'll get invited to the next one. I mean, if you still want to remain friends with this person. Okay, so some people are pointing out like maybe it might have just been family that they invited and that's why it was kept small. I think before you get upset, like first of all, you have a right to be upset. Before we get all hot and bothered, let's find out who else is invited to the wedding and how many people. If it's just a small thing with just like their parents and maybe like siblings, that's another story. It still hurts. So let's find out, if possible, if there are other friends that are invited or if it's just family. And then we can like go full scorched earth. So we do have an update. Hey guys, I hope this makes sense, but I'm really pissed off and absolutely freaking disgusted. Ooh, that doesn't sound good. Or it does sound good, depending on how you think about it.
Depending on if you like messiness.
My sister messaged Dylan the night the original post was uploaded. He made some excuse about how it was family only, which is perfectly fine. Until later he slipped up and mentioned that he actually was inviting friends too. Okay, yeah, time to go full scorched earth. Confused and wondering why he'd say they weren't inviting friends, then suddenly say they are, we asked him to clarify what he meant. He immediately went unresponsive and stopped replying, but we insisted and all agreed to talk about it in person over some drinks. Kayla came too. Obviously, she stayed sober. She's pregnant. Dylan and my sister, I'll call her Aster from now on, were drinking. So was I, but not as much as Aster and Dylan. A bit in, I noticed Dylan got touchy with Aster, and he's trying to keep a fair bit of distance between them. So the bride is uncomfortable because maybe Dylan and Aster have been touchy in front of her and you are not invited by extension. It's a bit weird, but Dylan's always been the I love you guys, wants to hug all the time, cries about how much he loves his friends kind of drinker. By this point, the planned conversation still hasn't come up, but Dylan invites Aster outside for a smoke and one-on-one chat. We're assuming that maybe what happened with this whole fiasco actually does have something to do with Kayla and he doesn't want to say it in front of her. Aster agrees and she tells me she'll keep me posted on what happens and I stay with Kayla. The rundown of what happened during this one-on-one chat makes my blood boil. Essentially, Dylan says he has feelings for us. Okay, so it's both of you, but you're gay.
Why are you gay?
Who says I'm gay?
You are gay.
That we're the first girls aside from his mother that he's ever been friends with that he loves us. Dylan tries to come on to my frickin' sister while his fiance is in the bar. Oh, absolutely not. No. She tells him no and says they better head back to Kayla and I, but he tries to yank all of her clothes off anyway. Oh, she texts me help and I ring her and tell her she's got to be getting home now and that we're coming out to find them. Aster tells me what happened when they're home and we pull Kayla aside. Kayla blames us. Oh God. No. Kayla had a right to be mad about the way that Dylan is like carrying himself. And like, quite frankly, I don't even understand why she's marrying him if he's that disrespectful, but she cannot be mad at you guys. Like, why are you being punished by like not getting an invite to their wedding because Dylan can't keep his hands to himself? She blames us and says we're trying to break up their marriage, even when Aster tells her she's not making this up and she can prove it. She started recording the interaction when Dylan started getting really weird. Kayla starts making comments about the way we dress, the way we act, even makes comments about our house. Oh my God. We tell her it's time for her and Dylan to F off and that when she's stuck later on down the line thinking about who to ask for help to make sure our names are never on that list again. So we never got an answer about the original situation. Babes, you don't need an answer. Like, that is your answer. Kayla is the type of person to blame the woman that the man cheats with, not the man who cheated. So we never really got an answer about the original situation, but we definitely got one of the status of the entire friendship, and that is they can both get bafangulo. And that's where we're at. Sorry if I've left anything out or if this is a total mess to read. No, you're good. You're good, bestie. Yeah, I would want to get the frick away from this. Dylan sounds like a nutso, but like Kayla also sucks. Sucks. So it sounds like you weren't overreacting, and no, you're not the a-hole. All right, we got one more for you. This was posted in the Charlotte Dobre YouTube subreddit. Am I the a-hole for refusing to let my best friend use the nail studio I built from scratch after she hijacked my birthday trip and replaced me? Hey Charlotte, big fan.
I appreciate you so much.
I'm a 19-year-old woman living in Philly. I've been emancipated since I was 15. Long story short, my home life was unstable, and after a year of bouncing between couches and school counselors advocating for me, I took control of my own life. At 16, I got full responsibility for my little brother, who's 10 now, and I've basically been raising him since. Every dollar I make supports us both. No parents in the picture, no family handouts, just grit, prayer, and ambition. You are a superwoman. Wow. I started my own nail business 2 months ago, in my house at first, and I just recently bought my own studio. Wow, round of applause. Not a booth, not a shared space, full-on private studio with branding, licensing, my own chair, booking system, the works. I am just so unbelievably impressed by you. I love it when people are dealt really cards and they don't use those cards as an excuse to be a victim. You were dealt cards and you made something of yourself, and I hope you know how amazing you are. It's small, but clean, cozy, and aesthetically me. I saved for nearly a year from Applebee's and little side jobs to reselling clothes. I taught myself acrylics, worked part-time jobs, and built a following on TikTok and Instagram. I've had weeks where I make $1,000 to $2,000 in straight appointments, and I'm proud of that. Oh girl, proud of you. My regulars come from all over Philly just to get sets by me, and I pour love into everything from the cuticle oil to the Spotify playlist. Now enter my former best friend. We will call her Maya. We've been friends since the end of 8th grade. I used to stay over at her place when things got bad at home. We bonded hard fast, and for years she's been my twin. My best friend lived in Mercer, so Maya was one of the few I really relied on. We would talk on FaceTime until 3 a.m., made vision boards together, and cried over boys together. She even helped me design the logo for my studio. It's always been ride or die. Until recently. Back in April, I started planning a birthday trip for my 20th. I turned 20 this November and I wanted to celebrate somewhere fun. After years of surviving, I finally had the ability to actually live. I picked Miami, locked down the Airbnb, booked my flight, and created a full itinerary with spa days, jet ski options, a rooftop dinner, and booked activities. It was gonna be 5 girls, including Maya, and I fronted the entire deposit under the agreement that they'd pay me back in installments. Maya swore she was good for it.
I've heard this before.
I hate to say it, but I've been on many a girl's trips and been the one that paid for the Airbnb under the condition I would get paid back. And let me tell you, it's friendship ending. Late in May, Maya started getting close with a girl named Liv, a social media baddie, as Liv refers to herself, who just screams mess. Suddenly, she's posting cryptic captions, going on weekday brunches, and calling Liv her twin flame. I absolutely feel like whenever a girl refers to you as things like soulmates or twin flame or like sisters, it's almost like there's something else going on. And by that, I mean that like, it's gonna get messy at some point. It feels like love bombing in a friendship. You know what I mean? Cause like women long for that like intimacy and that closeness. And we want like besties who love us so badly. And then when a friend starts like love bombing you and like being like so obsessed with you, it just feels off. It's weird. I didn't care at first, friends grow, whatever, but she started brushing me off, skipping our calls, acting shady about the trip anytime I'd asked if she'd sent her portion for the Airbnb. It was always,
Oh, I'll sell you next week.
Or
I'm waiting for a brand deal to clear.
2 weeks ago, I opened Instagram. Maya is in Miami. Same Airbnb, same activities, with Liv. She posted a boomerang clinking glasses on a rooftop bar I literally had in our original itinerary, the one I made. I DM'd her asking if this was some sort of sick joke. Her reply, girl. Side note, I hate it when people spell girl like that. I figured the trip wasn't even happening anymore. You've been focused on your business and I didn't want to pressure you. Liv already had plans, so I tagged along. Sorry, you're mad. Sorry, you're mad. Okay, so this happened after you've literally been constantly reminding her that you were going on this trip, that you needed to be paid, and then somehow she got to,
Oh, you don't want to go anymore.
the math is not mathing there. When I tell you my flabbers were gasted as our mind bestie. Then, and I swear to God, I cannot make this up, 4 days ago, she texted me asking if she can use my nail studio to host her new lash brand's party. Apparently, the venue she had fell through last minute and she wanted to do something authentic and cute. She told me,
Your studio will be perfect. It'll be super light. I'll clean up after. We'll tag your brand.
is she friends with Liv because she can help her with her business? Like, what's going on here? Yeah, no. Like, the audacity is actually crazy. I said no. I told her point blank that after the way she handled the trip, I no longer felt comfortable offering my space, especially one she had zero interest in supporting lately. She replied with this long paragraph about how she always knew I'd switch up once I started making money.
It's jealousy, it's deceitfulness, it's vindictiveness. It's all of that stuff.
I mean, I would argue that she switched up once she had a friend that could benefit her, and that I was letting ego and fake business boundaries ruin our sisterhood. No. She hurts you, ditches you on your birthday, and then doesn't apologize and deflects blame and makes up some weird story about how you didn't even want to go anymore. Then the next time she talks to you, she wants a favor. And I'm assuming that you're not being paid for the use of your studio. Now, our mutual friends are split. Some say I was petty. I mean, you were a little bit, but that's okay. That I could have just let her use the space for 2 hours. Others, especially the ones who've had similar fallout, say I was way too nice for even answering her text. As someone who does like to stonewall and
protect the peace and etc. blah blah blah.
I think that there's definitely something to be said for letting people know why they've upset you. Seeing how they respond to that and whether or not they take accountability or if they deflect, if they gaslight, all of these things play into whether or not you want to continue a friendship or continue a relationship with someone. I actually feel like letting her know was nice, but at least she knows where you stand. And also you know where she stands. If there was any doubt of who she is to you, you know now. There's nothing
Maybe I could have handled the situation better.
You handled the situation and now you know it's going to be much easier to walk away.
Bye, Felicia.
Tell her to ask her twin flame for a place to launch her brand. Literally. Like the comments on this say, you've been replaced by someone who she can benefit from more. And it sounds like this relationship was kind of transactional. At least maybe it became that way. She's not even very good at transactions. If you want something nice, at least make sure that we're good before you ask. You know, that's kind of dumb. If she was smart, she would have apologized profusely, let you know that there was some sort of miscommunication, offered to make up for the fact that she was ditching you on your birthday. Even then, being ditched on your birthday for someone else is pretty horrible, but she handled it so poorly and then blamed you and gaslit you. No. So are you the a-hole for refusing to let your best friend use the nail studio I built from scratch after she hijacked my birthday trip and replaced me? No, you're not the a-hole, but I did see the updates on this story. I decided not to include them because it's a little sus, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know if I agree with every step that you've taken.
Naughty.
But you're not an a-hole for not letting someone use you after they hurt you. I don't know if I agree with everything else, but that is where we stand. If you wanna go read the rest of the updates on that story, go check out the Dobre YouTube subreddit. Subscribe!